Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool talk is going to be about magnets and then also Veto bags. They could also work with other tool bags. I'm going to show you on the ones of mine that I feel like it works on. You'd have to go by the sizes and things like that to see if it would fit for you. And these are something I decided I was going to try out. This one was just based upon size. This version right here I picked up because I saw on Reliable HVACR he was using something like this on his MB3 bag, Adrian was, and I thought it was a really good idea. And I thought I bet I could maybe make that work on my SBLD or my TPLC or TPLD. You know, if you're running those kind of bags. Right now I'm currently using the SBLD. I think that it might work. And plus this video also, I'm wanting some suggestions because even though these kind of work how I expected, they're really not that strong of magnets. So maybe you know of a better brand of a wrist strap. So I'm asking you that as well along with this mat. But I'm going to show you the logic behind what I was going for. And these will still work for me. They're just not quite as strong as I expect them to be. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first product that I picked up, I'm assuming you say Lotusol, maybe something along those lines. I picked this one up again based on the size. It is 8¼ inches wide and 6¾ tall, made in the USA there. I believe it's also got 32 magnets. It's got some rows of 5 and some rows of 4 as well. I picked this up just because it's basically the perfect size for the back side of any of your small bags. If you've got a Veto bag that has any of those like laptop type things on the back. So again, here's the SBLD, also the TPLD, the TPLC. It's pretty much the perfect size to fit down inside of those if you wanted to use a magnetic mat, and it's also a flexible mat, you know, so you can kind of bend it around metal, those kinds of things like that. That was the idea of me picking up this one, and I thought maybe I'll be able to stick this in here and then throw some screws and stuff on this. But really, unless you press it all the way to the outside, it will grab onto a screw, but not real well. But it's still a very good mat. It's just the magnets aren't really strong. To me, they're going to basically hold screws. You know, it's going to hold screws extremely well, maybe some bits or something like that. You put a tool or something on there, you can eventually, you know, shake it down and shake it off. Again, not that you're probably going to sit there and do that in real life, but it's nowhere near as strong. Even though this regular Magmat, I think it's only got 3 magnets in it, but I mean, it holds on to everything like crazy. You can't even hardly get it off without really pulling on it. So the railer, in my opinion, I know they've got a bigger mat. I can't remember what size it is, but the magnets are crazy strong on this one. But again, I was just looking for an idea of something to stick in here just to have a bigger mat. Again, it stores away pretty easy, or maybe you've got some tools that you like to put down inside of this, and sometimes it's hard to pull them in and out. You know, you could use that as something like that as well. Again, this didn't kind of work out for me, but that was my goal behind this one. It's still a good mat. It's really flexible, lots of magnets. If you were going to use it for small screws like bits and things like that, it's going to work phenomenal for that, but it's just not going to hold something extremely like heavy. And I don't think it even had I couldn't find a weight thing on it as far as how many pounds or whatever it's supposed to hold per magnet. But that's the first one that I picked up. That's how I planned on using that one. The next one that I picked up, again, I saw this along the lines of this. I'm not sure if he was using the same one or not on Reliable HVACR. Adrian was using it on his MB3. It's a magnetic wristband. 15 strong magnets, it says. One size fits most. Again, holds screws, fasteners, those kinds of things. And really how it's supposed to be used is you put it around your wrist. A lot of you probably got something like this and even use it. This one was the longest one that I could find. It measured like 16.4 inches or something lengthwise. That's what I was looking for what I was going to try to use it on, because I'm not using it on a small bag. I was trying to use it on these, but it does work as a wristband. I've got it around my wrist. Still got a little bit of room to, you know, tighten it up. You could get it tight on any wrist. And again, the idea is you've got some fasteners, you can throw it on there. So on top of what I'm about to show you, you've also would have this on your bag that you could take off and use it like this if you wanted to. I don't know that I'll ever use it that way, but it's something that you could do. But I also thought, since this idea didn't work out all that well for me as far as magnetizing the outside of the bag, I thought, I wonder if this would reach around there. Again, that's why I was looking for the longest one. And this one only runs you like $9. It was also probably the cheapest one as well. But again, I was more concerned looking for the length. But I could take this and slide it around here. And of course, it's going to end up messing with your Velcro unless you put it at the top. And it will make it around on here. Barely though. I mean, it's just barely kissing the edge of that Velcro, but then that gives you like a magnetic strap back here on the back of your bag to leave on there all the time. And again, you could take that off, use it as a wristband while you're working, but it kind of gives you a onboard magnetic, you know, parts grabber. It will probably slide off and those kinds of things over time. That's going to grab on that. So again, it's not working out perfectly, but I was kind of having the idea of it. But really, this doesn't even work as well to me as what it will work on like your TPLC or the TPLD. Let me move my SPLD out of the way. So since the TPLD is a little bit wider than the LC, I'm going to show it to you on that. That way you'll know, well, I could still do the same thing on the TPLC if that's what you've got. Or again, some other bag that's like these. If it's got this kind of thing on it or a front that is kind of similar in size, you could do that as well. But again, I could still do the same thing back here. I was more interested in doing this because even though these have zippers so you can lock up these front tabs, I never zip these. It's not something I zip because this would get in the way of that as well. But you can see if I try to go around it with it as it is, it's going to end up being too short. If I come around here, I can't quite make it. And of course, you're probably going to want to stay either down here low or up here in the high spot. I'm a little bit off from being able to make it, so it's not going to work. But I so happen to have some of these here hook and loop fasteners where I've got both sides of the hook and loop Velcro and they've got glue on the back. So I just made myself some kind of extensions where I've got the hook or the loop. I don't know which one's which, but I've got one of each side on there. So I can basically come in here now and stick that on here, stick that on here. It's going to make it a little bit longer for me. So now I can come in here, wrap this around if I want to. And now you're going to see that I will be able to easily make it over to those. And that's going to hook on there. And again, that's going to block my view of my plastic bag. If I put it here, I could probably come up here if I wanted to, but it doesn't really bother me. It's going to be on the outside of my bag. So there's the look of it like that. And again, this one's a little bit stronger than that of that other mat. It will hold screws easily. Also, you could put Klein's pair of pliers on there as long as it's the metal end. If I had something that was all metal, yeah, so here's my vintage Klein that's all metal. I mean, that's going to stick on there real well. And you can see I've got to do a little bit of effort to pull it off, but even so, you could do that. Also a screwdriver, and I'm only showing you this just to show you the weight that it would hold. I would never use it for anything except bits and screws and things like that. But it's not a bad look. And again, you could still take this off and use it as a wristband if you wanted to. Again, I'm not going to end up doing that. And again, if you don't like it covering up your Veto, I've got a little bit of extra room there. I could come up here taller. Let me come up past put it up here at the very top. And I'm still connecting with my little extensions that I have there. And I can leave it up here at the top if I want to and not block my plastic or my little baggie on the inside of my hood there. And then I still got a magnetic parts tray or a magnetic wristband or a magnetic catcher, however it is that you want to look at it. And if I turned it just right, I could probably even with this right here take my Morgan's maintenance pad, and with that right there, I've also got my name on my bag, and then also a little bit of magnetic magnets over here on the side. I'm probably losing one around that edge there, but that might be a really good look right there as well. But yeah, guys, that is the wristband. Again, I forgot what the brand name on this one is. I think it was just LTME, I guess it is. $9. Decent magnets on it. It's better magnets on it than I feel like that one pouch thing that I have in here was. Again, this is not a bad mat. I just wouldn't plan on using it for anything except screws. It is really flexible. It's definitely going to bend around stuff. So if you were working on trucks or cars or something, it would be really nice. But that's the two options that I picked up trying to work with my Veto bag. Do they work? Yes. They're probably not the perfect ideal solution that I was looking for. I actually kind of really like this. I just now noticed this as I was sitting here filming this. I didn't even notice this whenever I was trying it out earlier. That's pretty nice. But let me know in the comments below if you guys have any other options of these kinds of things. If you've been doing something else to get your bags magnetized or whatever it might be, let me know what you're using. Also, if you know of a wristband out there that is somewhere around that 16-inch range. I know Klein's got one. I've not tried it, but where the magnets are, pretty decent, really strong, those kinds of things. Drop that in the comments below as well. As always, I hope this video was useful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.